Hi, so I'm here with a series review because I read a series over the Booktubeathon and wanted to review it. And I don't have notes, I have no plans for this, and I'm tired, so hopefully this goes well. It is a series of 6 books, and that is the Gallagher Girls series by Allie Carter. So they are I Tell You I Love You, but then I'd have to kill you, Cross My Heart and Hope to Spy, Don't Judge a Girl by Her Cover, Books Are Gone, Only the Good Spy Young, Out of Sight, Out of Time, and United We Spy. I gave the first 2 books 4 stars, the 3rd and 4th books 4.5, and the 5th and 6th 5 stars, so the series definitely gets better as it goes along. So basically the general synopsis of it is that our main character, Cammie, is a young girl. She's 15 when we meet her, but she grows up as the series continues. Basically, each book takes place during a school semester. So it starts sophomore year and goes through to the end of senior year. And Cammie goes to the Gallagher Girl Academy for exceptional women. The people in the town that she lives in thinks it's for like hoity-toity rich girls, but it's actually a school for spies. So it's for people who are going to join like the alphabet team. So the NSA, the CIA, FBI, the Secret Service. One of her best friends is the only foreign student. She's the daughter of 2 agents from MI6 in England and stuff. So, and Cammie is the daughter of 2 CIA agents. Her mother is the headmistress of her school, and her father was killed or missing in action. She doesn't know what happened to him. He just disappeared, but he's presumed dead. So she's kind of grown up in this world, and yeah. And in the first book, a new girl joins her school named Macy, and she's the daughter of a senator, so that kind of changes things a little bit for their gang. And she ends up, so Cammie is known as the chameleon, so she blends in. She's very good at tailing people, and people don't notice her a lot of times, but they're out on a school fake mission or whatever in town, and a boy notices her, and so she takes notice because nobody ever pays attention to her, and she starts associating with this boy secretly, because that always ends well. And that's really what the first book is about her first relationship and pushing her boundaries and her friendships and everything. And the series really progresses. The first couple, it's kind of like Vampire Academy in that way, where the first couple books are kind of insular. They do lay a lot of groundwork and a lot of world building in a way, but they're almost episodic. If you've what's a good TV show to talk about? I don't know, but there's some Supernatural. So if you've watched Supernatural, there's just Monster of the Week episodes, and then there's the more mythology based episodes that are about a larger arc. So the first 2 books are more about laying the groundwork and just these one-off conflicts. But as the series continues, the last 4 books really build and have a set arc, and you really see Cammie grow as a character, and you see her deal with a lot of issues. And honestly, they kind of surprised me. So the first few books they're definitely lighthearted. When I think of this series, I definitely think, and part of this could be because they're published by Disney Hyperion, I think they'd make a really good Disney Channel original movie. They're pretty clean, and they're kind of funny and over the top and campy, and when I think of a Disney Channel movie, that's what I think of. But as the series continues on, it does get a little darker. It deals with some pretty intense stuff. It actually makes me more excited to continue with the High Society series by Allie Carter, because I've only read the first book, which I really enjoyed, don't get me wrong, but I'm curious to see if that series goes the same way. I mean, you're dealing with something like spies and espionage. Things are going to get a little intense. The last 2 books especially, emotionally, were a little rough. They dealt with some really tough topics, which, I mean, look at these covers. You wouldn't expect that, but they do. In a believable way. I would give these series, these books, to a 10 or a 12-year-old, especially if they read them slowly, so they could grow a little bit as they got to the last couple. one thing I really like about them is the characters. So since this is a school for girls' spies, the majority of the characters are girls. So you have Cammie, and she has 3 best friends, Macy, Liz, and Bex or Rebecca. And I really enjoy seeing their relationships. They're all different individual people, and they have different roles in their friendship, but they're a really good team, and they're a supportive friendship, and it's a really good, healthy young girl relationships, and it's nice to see that. Also, you have Cammie with her mom, and then her aunt comes into the picture, which is interesting, and a lot of the teachers at the school are girls or women, so you have that, and they all grow and change in different ways. It's very, very nice. That being said, there's sometimes where Cammie, when she gets around boys, she makes stupid decisions. Like, she's this really intelligent girl who fully understands what she's learning at school. All of these girls are really intelligent. They wouldn't be going to this school if they weren't. And she totally gets everything, but it's like a guy comes around and she just like loses her mind. And it kind of becomes a plot point, so I can appreciate that, but sometimes I was just really frustrated that she could be made that stupid by the presence of a boy. The other thing about them is they kind of reminded me of Percy Jackson in a way. They're kind of told in a similar way, where Percy's telling you this story. Each of these books is basically Cammie writing like a report on the previous semester, like the events that happened. So she's writing to you, but she's also kind of like funny and snarky. She makes these like lists that are really funny, and she'll just like offhand make comments that are hilarious, and which I really appreciated. And they even continue, obviously the humor gets pulled back a little bit as things get more serious, but it's still there, so you know the heart of Cammie is still in this character, and it helps break up the like super intense moments. And I think Allie Carter does a really good job with those things. She also does a really good job of making this world believable, because this is kind of a crazy concept, like a school for kids spies. I mean, well, spy kids, I guess, but presents it in a way that you completely believe that this exists, and she does a good job of letting you learn like language of how these people would talk, because they don't just speak like you and I would, they speak like spies. So, and it's interesting because if she's writing a report, the people who would have the clearance to read the report would know what she's talking about, but she does a good job of still allowing Cammie to like lay exposition out there for us, the reader, so we can understand, but it doesn't feel like too much. I don't know how much of it is real, but it feels real, which is just as important to me. And if you're looking for something like a little different, I feel like this is it, especially as the series continues. There's a lot of character growth, and the arc is really interesting that these characters go on. And if you want strong female characters and female relationships, I think this is a good story as well. There is a romance that progresses throughout the series, but one, it's slow, not like a slow burn. There's not a lot of tension in these books. It's very clean, but it's a nice romance, and I feel like you get enough in it, and it's believable, and it progresses appropriately for teenagers, so you're not missing that, but it's also not the main focus of the story. But yeah, I just feel like these are really different. I don't know, like I always struggle with where to put them on my bookshelf. Actually, like all of Allie Carter's books are like that. I just like, I should have just an Allie Carter section and have her be her own. She has, and I highly suggest the series for sure. They're fun, they're cute, they're well written and funny and enjoyable. So thank you for watching, and bye.